Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Cinnamon Herring and I still love to explore. In this video, I'll be continuing my Mills Lake hike in Rocky Mountain National Park. After viewing the lake, I continued hiking and hiked around the lake to get additional scenic views and just a little more of that beautiful trail. You might hear me mention hiking to Lock. I was a little bit turned around. That was on a different trail. So this is just a continuation of the Mills Lake Trail and some more views for you. Thanks a lot for watching. Let's go check it out. Here's another view of Mills Lake. Also, I have a video that I did live, and it'll be up later after it processes. And that live video is of part of the Mills Lake hike. And during that hike, I saw and got a close-up shot of a fox who had killed a rabbit and was apparently taking it back to its den. He was on a mission and he was beelining it to somewhere, and he wasn't worried about me or anyone else. So I got a close-up of that. I have to check that out. We're still at Mills Lake. We'll hike about 2/10 of a mile further to get to Lock. Meanwhile, we'll get some more footage of Mills Lake. What a nice hike along the lake. These shoes are so stable, y'all. I just slipped on a rock and it was very manageable. I was speaking about the shoes in the last video. This is not a paid promotion or anything. I just needed new hiking shoes. And I got these Ultras, and they have such wide toe boxes that they're just super stable, super comfy. Your toes have room to move. Your whole feet have room to be flat on the bottom of the shoe without being squished on the sides. And very stable, and also a very earthy feel to this particular style. The others were not so much, but these are very flexible. These olive green ones are very flexible, and they have a thinner sole, but it's still super comfortable. I like it to feel, I don't like all that rubber on the bottom. Excess rubber. It's not appealing to me. This lake is just crystal clear, but it's brown on the bottom, so it's hard to tell unless you're here. Anyway, these shoes are making this hike awesome. And I just like to tell you what's practical and what's awesome and what's good that I use. Not to get you to buy it or anything like that, but just to let you know what is working for me and what you might want to look at if you're gonna be doing some hiking or just walking. These would be great for walking too. I think they're technically for trail running. But I don't know. I'm really planning to go the extra mile today because I really want to get a lot of ground covered so that I'm camping here tonight. So since I'm here, I just as well hike all day. That's the way I look at it. Because this evening there's a hike where a couple of moose have been hanging out. Couple of mooses. And the ranger said I might be able to see them and possibly some other wildlife on Fern Trail. So after I get done with this trail, I'm gonna go there. But that's another like 6 mile hike or something, and this one's about 6. But you know, I've been known to do 16 miles in a day. That's the most I've ever done. Of course, I could do more, but that was enough. That was when I hiked 16 miles when I hiked Mount Timpanogos in Utah. And that was up to, I think the highest elevation on that, and I went to the very top, was like 12,600, something like that. I know it was over 12,000. And that was a really cool, gorgeous, beautiful hike. And I got some great shots, and it was during the summer. All the flowers were out, beautiful fields of flowers. Everything you could imagine was in that hike. And on the way, when I was almost finished with the hike, somehow I pressed my phone the wrong way and did that whole reset your whole phone thing by accident, trying to turn my phone, I guess, off or on, and lost every bit of documentation for that hike because I didn't have a signal, so nothing was uploading. So one day I'm gonna have to go back to Timpanogos and do that again because it was phenomenal. And my niece lives up there close. Hi, Courtney, I love you. Hi, Sawyer, Chris, and goodness, let's see. We got Shiloh and River. And so Chris, my niece's husband, hiked that with me back about 7 years ago. So if you're in the area in Utah near Timpanogos, I highly recommend it. One of the best trails I've ever been on. But right now, this is the best trail I've ever been on because this is the trail I'm on now. Hopefully I am on the trail. Because there, you know, the trail was well marked back there where everybody was, but it's not exactly well marked up here. I might be coming to the end. Yeah, I don't see anything. I think this just came to the edge of the lake. I don't see anything up there. And there was no sign as to where the lock was, so I don't know where the lock is. But it's not here. And there's no marked trail, and I don't want to get lost. Okay, we're going to try one more time. It looks like that could be it up there. I was down there. So, yeah, this looks like it. We'll try again. Yes, we're definitely back on a trail. Look at this beautiful tree. there was a group of 3 guys that hiked down here before, so I'm glad they did, because otherwise there might not have been a trail here, or there might not have been a trail through the snow. All right, we have to try to get down this. Ugh. So far, my shoes are still dry. It's been a little bit strategic, but they're dry. That's what matters. Hopefully, they will remain dry. We got all the way to the lake with them dry, so I guess the lock is a lake too. I don't know. This is still, I mean, maybe this is the lock. It doesn't look like it's, no, this is the same lake, because I see those people down there. So this is still Mills Lake. Gotta keep going, Cinnamon. Well, we took a nice walk around Mills Lake, but I found out that lock is in the different direction. All right, friends, I hope you enjoyed Mills Lake as much as I did. It was a gorgeous trail. I hope you went on over and looked at the live video where I saw the fox, because that was on that trail, and I've decided I'm not sure I want to do any more live videos on the trail because I want to get some quality video, and because that one was live, the video of the fox was not a very high resolution, but we did get a good glimpse at that fox, and I did find out he was actually carrying a rabbit. Someone else on the trail had seen him as well. But anyway, thanks a lot. Hope I see you in the next video.